What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Shaw and Steele Show. Given that it's a huge week out in Southern California, we got the crosstown battle with the Trojans and the UCLA Bruins. We decided we'd bring in an absolute California legend and a USC legend, Big Kyle Ford. Kyle Ford, how you doing, man? How you doing?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for taking the time. So, Kyle, just kind of wanted you to tell everybody about your journey because you're the man out in Southern Cal. You had a great high school career, great college career, and you faced a lot of adversity. So, real quick, just give us a brief overview of your kind of playing career so far.
Yeah, so I first started high school at Servite. Went there for 2 years. Been around a lot of great people there. Guys like Trent McDuffie, on left right when I got there, Keith Taylor, Tyler Lytle, a lot of good guys. Then transferred to Orange Lutheran. Was very blessed with that opportunity, and that school gave me everything, from high school on. Had a great high school career, just top of my game. Senior year, tore my ACL. One of the roughest moments of my life, and then basically having to come into figuring out where to go. Went to USC, ultimately chose that as my dream school growing up as a kid. Went there, went through a couple struggles, whatever.
Real
else.
quick, Kyle, sorry to cut you off. You talked about you came into USC as a freshman. You're going through the ACL kind of rehab. Right. What was that receiving room looking like?
Oh, it was stupid. We had hopefully I don't miss anyone. We had Tyler Vaughns, great receiver, breaking a lot of records at that time. Michael Pittman. I think we had Amon. We had a young Drake London. We had Brew McCoy, who's another 5-star kid. Munir McLean, Valus Jones. Oh, I really don't want to miss anybody. But, every one of those guys, freaking top of the line, NFL guys, top of the line people, whatever, out of high school. So, yeah, it was a crazy room being around so many good dudes. I really hope I didn't miss anyone. But.
I shit on you guys a lot, but it seems like no matter what, you guys are always going to have receivers. So that's one thing I can at least respect out of USC.
Right. We got
Steele's
that.
Always hating. Steele's always hating on USC. Kyle, I want you to kind of talk about before we get into UCLA and all that stuff. Just talk about your experience with Clay Helton, his culture, and then how Lincoln Riley has changed the culture or hasn't changed the culture. Because Steele, he doesn't believe me, so let's bring in somebody else to talk about the culture. Do you think just fill us in on that?
Go ahead, dude. Convince me.
Okay, what do we first off are we trying to hint at that you're hating on already? Because
he thinks we're a bunch of West Coast pansies out here.
I hate the California. First of all, I have no connection out there, so this is just all blind faith I have that I hate California. I don't like the California lifestyle. Maybe you guys are just surfing 24/7, eating nothing but nougat and soy. I don't know. So I don't know. Help me see you guys' world over there.
Right. So starting off with Clay Helton. Love Clay Helton. Honestly, one of my favorite coaches I've ever had. Kind of got a bad gig with some of the hires he made, I guess. I think I'll put it that way. Now that I'm done with it, I could shoot it straight now. Probably just hired some guys that weren't what we needed, and ultimately came to bite us in the ass. And I liked it. I liked the way he coached. He was a player's coach. Everyone gives him a bad rep, but dude, he loved all his players. And if you talk to any player that's ever played for him, everybody loves Clay Helton, the man. And then coming into Lincoln Riley, obviously when he came in, B-Shaw knows he came in at the same time. Dude, it was just just a different shift. I think just a different standpoint. I wouldn't say I don't like to compare and be one's better than the other all the time because I love them both. But just different. I think there was a bit more I think everyone's freaking on edge when he came in. Everyone's ass was tight around there.
And I'll say this. I'll say this. When I was coming out of the portal, when I was getting out of the portal, goddamn, I knew this was going to be too fun.
This is going to be a bad. And I'm not even there yet, B-Shaw.
I know. We're just getting started.
So tight booty hole. That's the start of it.
Oh my god.
This is going to be fun.
If there's a P,
shit.
Can't fit a P in there.
So hold on. Let's light back in here. So Kyle, you bring up a good point because you kind of talk about the intensity, and that's one thing I did notice when I went on my, when I came out of the portal, I was looking at some schools. Lincoln Riley and kind of that staff did remind me a lot of Ohio State in terms of like the serious level and intensity level. So I came in the summer, and I've heard you were there, when he got in, and I heard about accountability, like his first day with accountability. You guys doing a bunch of up downs. Can you
Oh
share
my gosh. What'd you say? Sorry.
Share that story with us about the accountability, because wasn't there something crazy that he did when he first got there with all you guys, like in the morning?
I totally forgot it until you just brought it up. I guess like guys were missing lunches, dinners, whatever it was. And at that time, we're one of those things where you miss dinner, whatever. Like you go do your like little sprint after practice, whatever. So I guess a lot of guys missed it, and he had a full list. And he listed every single accountability. And mind you, like it sounds like he's doing like a speech. Like he lists off, I think it was like 163 or something. It's bad that I like almost remember that number.
163 misses, Steele.
Yeah.
Lincoln Riley took over the program. 163 misses accountability.
Wow.
The little thing.
It was one of those things where like you couldn't even like it's like you couldn't get that number if you tried to miss. Like I don't know how we got that number. Maybe, but I honestly I kind of believed it from the standpoint that we were at. And we did 163 up downs. And like mind you, like you think that he's gonna get to like 42 and be like, all right, guys, like bring it in. Like next time that's gonna be 163. Dude, he kept going. I was waiting for him to
And they're not like normal up downs. So I mean, Coach Wiley, Steele met Coach Wiley. Benny Wiley, Steele, our strength coach. I mean, he's got you going backwards. He's got you all types of crazy stuff. They're not 163 normal up downs. I can tell you that.
No, yeah. I think it was worse because that day it wasn't even Coach Wiley. It was Coach Riley calling up downs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's bad.
Oh, so that's what it was. So, yeah, dude. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And then so Coach Riley, you would say, because, people on the outside always try to paint him as, being like soft or something. And he's really not. I think he's a tough dude. What would you say kind of his personality is? I mean, when you think about Friday night speeches and stuff like that, I mean, he always got me ready to roll.
Yeah. I think being around him more like on the offensive side, like you kind of see different lights of him. I mean, when he's with the whole team, he's like what that whole team's be kind of like. He's getting us ready, getting us hype or whatever. But when we're in the room with him, he's like one of the smartest people I've ever like seen coach football. He would be describing things and like he would make it so easy for us sometimes to understand. But sometimes it's like, how the hell did you come up with that shit? Like we'd be in the room like thinking of plays, and it's just like he'll tell you the play and then he'll give you an explanation. Well, most coaches don't do that shit. They'll just be like, just run the damn play. He'll like explain why he's running it, this and that, and that's why a lot of that stuff works. So, yeah, dude, he was fun to play for sure.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest part with a lot of coaching, because they all have a vision of kind of what they want on offense or on defense, but then it's kind of relaying that information to all these players who come from different backgrounds. Their mind works in different ways, and getting them to all understand one thing. That's the fact that coaches are able to do that, I think, is absolutely insane. That's a huge credit to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And then what about, watching his interactions with Caleb? What was it like having Caleb as your quarterback and Coach Riley as the play caller? What was that kind of dynamic like? And you see Steele shaking his head. Steele feels a certain way about Caleb. And, I have my indifferences or whatever with Caleb, but overall, he's a fierce competitor and I respect him. What's it like kind of being around him? And, you guys have a very close relationship, and I know he respected you to the fullest.
Right. I think it was kind of cool to see like them interacting the way they did, because it was just like they were always somehow on the same page. Even if Caleb changed something or this and that, it was like one of those things where it's like, all right, if you change this, like you better make that shit happen. And shit, he's a Heisman. I mean, so I mean, it was pretty cool because it gave us like a sense of like not everything needs to be perfect. Just go play, because Caleb didn't play that way. So we're like, fuck it. We could just go play. We could just go run out there and freaking make plays for him, and he's not worrying about everything being dotted line, and So I think it gave everyone like a sense of like, you know what, bro, let's just go play. If Caleb's saying like this with Coach Riley wants us to do this, like let's just go run it that way, So it was cool though.
I would love to know, because of course he's a great player on the field, but
here we
I've
go.
heard nothing but stories from this little dumbass. and I can't stand the dude from what I've heard. I mean, again, I don't know him. All I know is that he paints his fingernails in his story. So, I mean, shed a little bit of light on him because I'm sure he's a great dude, but I'm a hateful son of a bitch. So I want to try to eliminate some of that hate.
Hey, dude, the one thing about him is like you can say whatever you want about him. Say he paints his nails, this and that. Like he'll come out there and whoop your ass. Like that's all that matters. Like everyone wants to talk about the nails and shit, but he comes out and wins. Like I'll never we'll probably get into more later. I won't ruin that, but like, dude, he's one of those guys that always gives you a chance. I think those were like in the games that I played with him, I never felt like we were gonna lose ever because he is a good leader. Like whether you like him or you don't, like he's a good leader. He makes you want to make plays for him. Like, dude, he's fun. Like, yeah, and I love the dude. Like, this is one of my boys. Yeah, we all know he can be a little dramatic sometimes. Like, we know it, but shit. Well, like,
but listen, there is no denying, especially in 2022 when I got there immediately in the PRP when we had those player ran practices. I mean, Caleb Williams is a competitive motherfucker. That guy gets after it. So I always respected that from day one. Absolutely. And then he's a zesty guy. He's a zesty guy, but we love him.
I don't mind a little bit of zest. I mean, shit, Ohio State was one of the zestiest places you ever see, but I don't know.
Yeah, so we had this conversation. Actually, we were Kyle and I were on the golf course. We're talking about the correlation between the gayness of a team
hand in hand. It goes hand in hand.
You think they're hand in hand?
In high school, I mean, we were sliding around butt naked on the floor after wins. We had 2 state championships. Ohio State, we never got a national championship whenever we were there, but we were always one of the top teams in the nation, and it got weird on Fridays. So dude, I think there's a direct correlation.
Dude, if it gets weird, you guys are good. So there's good shit happening up there.
I mean, I'm going to think
about it, Kyle. 2022 shit got weird for us at USC in 2022. That locker room in 2022, that was a wild ass locker room.
It's all levels. Amon St. Brown, you see what he does? He's shaking his ass after a first down. Lines are awesome.
Oh, that's Kyle's best friend too, man.
Hey, man, I've never seen people shaking ass when they're winning. That's all. I mean, when they're losing, I've never seen that.
Damn straight.
I've never seen that.
All right, let's lock back in. So 2022. Dude, one of the moments, and I feel like we're so close for multiple reasons, but I also feel like, we've had a lot of parallels. 2022 Arizona game, we both get a chance to kind of really show what we got that year, and we both had a phenomenal game, and we go on to contribute the rest of the way and have a good year. And you're a part of those leadership meetings. And you're a great leader yourself, and I love being in there with you. What was the decision going to transfer out, and then why UCLA? Because man, we really loved you at SC, and I know you loved SC, and I also know you got to do what was best for you, and we respected that, but we definitely were sad to see you go in 2022.
Yeah, dude. So that was probably one of the hardest decisions of my life, just because growing up and this is not even getting to where I was transferring yet. Like my decision to leave, just like it was one of those things where, and I don't really tell people this story, and I'll keep it brief and not too many details just because that's just how I am. But a lot of it happened to do with the way the last weeks of my basically that career, that first half of USC ended. I know that those practices are tough, and it kind of goes into like us not being soft. Basically, it's freaking those practices are tough ass practices. You're competing
those practices, man. USC practices are harder than Ohio State practices. I'll tell you,
bro. We're fighting every day. Like
it's like 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes. I mean, they're like long ass practices,
like green practices every single day.
Yes, exactly,
for sure.
Like
it's not one of those things where we love to brag about this shit either. That shit was long. Like, I wish it was sometimes another practice.
Exactly.
But getting into those practices and freaking leading up to the bowl game against Tulane, I was starting to roll. I was really starting to get the ball rolling. And then in practices, like that's basically where we would be like, okay, this is where you make your money. This is where you get to play in the game, because that's kind of what I was told halfway through that season And I was like, okay, well then fuck it. Let me go ball at practice then. If I
That was
really,
Lincoln's biggest thing. You got to play well in practice.
yeah, and then compete in practice. And I thought I literally at that time was honestly one of the best players on the team at the time. The way I was practicing, I feel like every ball that came to me, I made a play on, and I finished the plays, and we did situational. I don't mess up the plays. I do everything right, and that's probably the best football I've played up until that point. So going into the game, all of a sudden we start getting to the last practices where it's kind of like you start to like see like who's getting certain plays or whatever they all see, in the walkthroughs and whatever else. So all of a sudden I wasn't starting that week, and I was just like, I was already on edge and feeling type of ways about a lot of stuff. So I started not start where I was like, okay, well, some weeks I'm very honest too. There's some weeks like maybe I shouldn't have started that week, and I didn't, and and then we flip flop whatever. But when I feel like I'm right, I'm pretty honest with myself about being right, and when I'm wrong, I'll tell you when I'm wrong. So this was one of those weeks where it's like, this is my best I've ever practiced. So what the hell's going on? And it got into the game, and I think I crashed out one of the practices like at the end of the year, bro. I was like, fuck this, like I'm out of here, like this and that. I think I was just on that type of time, because it's like, okay, like I think I deserve to feel this way. Yes. And like I don't think anyone was really tripping on me for being that way, because they kind of probably agreed with me. And like it got to the game, and there's like one play that I was supposed to get. I practiced it all week, and I got taken out for that play, and I was like, I lost my shit like mid game. And I don't really do that a whole lot. Like I'm pretty emotional about stuff, but like that was just like my last straw. And I'll never forget when freaking coach defense coordinator
Grinch?
No, it was a different coach. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Grinch when I was there. It was a different time. Anyways, but I remember someone came up to me and asked, why am I out of the game? One of the coaches, and I just told him like, I don't fucking know. It's one of it's one of the fucking things where I was like, dude, this is some bullshit. So after that,
and you gotta be like that as a wide receiver too. I mean, you gotta be demanding the ball and type of stuff. So
exactly. And I felt like I deserved it. I didn't feel like I was being ignorant or feeling like So after that, weeks went by, and I started dwelling on it, and ultimately led to like going into Coach Riley's office for like 3 different times and being like, ultimately I was done with it. And I was just like, dude, like, so I ultimately asked him like, what was going on? Why didn't that show up in the bowl game? Like, I don't feel like I have a clear explanation on it. And I just never got an answer I really wanted that what felt just and fair. So when it was like that, well, it's like, well, shit. Well, if I can't get an answer on that, then it's like, I don't know what you want me to do. It's like, and then you start bringing in more guys, and it's like, okay, dude, like, like I don't care about competing, but at some point, like what's the deal?
You got to do what's best for you, because you go out there, you feel like you're putting in the work, which I feel like you obviously were, and you're just not getting a fair shot. Then you got to go somewhere that's going to give you that fair shot. I mean,
exactly.
I saw that with Bryson, because he was a hell of a player. It was just bad the way shit happened at Ohio State. I mean, shit made me cry whenever he left, but he went to another place, had a fantastic career over at USC, and balled out. So it's such a hard reality where you obviously put in all this work in a craft that you love, and then sometimes the ball just doesn't drop your way, and it's just, I don't know, it's a tough situation sometimes.
It's tough. Football's tough, man.
So then you slide to UCLA with good old Chip Kelly. I don't know how comfortable you are in getting in stuff with about Chip Kelly.
I'm good now. Shit, it don't matter now.
So you go over there, man, and you have a dominant spring. I've heard from a lot of guys who are over there that you're really tearing it up, and you guys come out, and you actually had a good team that year, but the offense just couldn't get it going, which was surprising because the years prior you guys were rolling. You were frustrated by that, and just kind of talk through that process about going to UCLA and then how that season kind of played out for you.
Yeah, just how you mentioned, like in spring and everything, like, dude, we were coming out there and I know what it looks like being around USC guys all the time. You be around the freaking, like I said, the pits, almost. You see what a good receiver room looks like, and you see how it plays out on the field.
And you grew up around all these dominant, like you guys trained
Right.
together. I mean, you've been around dominant receivers your whole life. You've been in that kind of dominant football player world, so you know
exactly. You know what it looks like. So it's like when we finished spring, I'm like, shit, dude. Like, I'm healthy. I'm good with these guys. Like, bro, we're about to light this shit up. Like, I thought we were literally like, there's gonna be at least 2,000-yard receivers, at least 800. Like I thought we were about to do it because in camp, like you said, we were freaking lighting it up, dude. Like, I don't think I've ever played that good of football in even past the USC time. But then we get into and I like in terms of everything else going on, like I was doing some new shit, like eating sushi. I wasn't a sushi guy. I'm trying new things. I'm freaking expanding my life. Like,
he's
stuff,
up,
bro.
Hey, Steele, real quick.
Yeah.
You think SC soft? You think SC is a soft environment? If you've never been up to Brentwood, up in UCLA,
it's all just California stuff.
No, see.
No, there's a difference. There's a side.
SC's down in the trenches. Steele, you visited me, bro. You know how it gets down. That's where SC is. Right.
There's a headless pigeon on the sidewalk. That's not the that's just nasty. That's not the trenches.
You go up to Brentwood, exactly what he just said.
It's a different world.
Feet kicked up, you're eating sushi. That's your soy boys right there. So Kyle Ford might be who you think he is.
Bro, I will say it is different in LA. LA, and I'll compare this probably when you guys get to this, but like, dude, like Brentwood's different. Brentwood is definitely a softer area. It's nicer. Yeah, bro. Freaking yeah. It's not USC. I'll tell you that.
No, not at all.
It's not.
So there's a place that's even softer than USC. That's what I'm hearing.
Hey, I wish he came to one of our damn practices 2022.
I wish he was there too.
Right.
Listen,
I'll give you practices, but I'm just saying the life.
Hold on.
Just the California.
Kyle, you know what's bad though? And Steele might remember. I hope Steele remembers this. More so I talked to Tommy, but in 2022, I was like, damn, man, like, you know, we're 11-1 in the regular season, and I'm like, I wish you guys could experience this, you know, because it was so different than Ohio State, and Ohio State's great and really intense blue collar, like that's
for sure.
Toughest to get at Ohio State. And SC, you know, the practices were tough and all that, but it was definitely a little bit different in terms of just overall quality of life. So I was, man, I wish you guys could experience this. It just feels so different than Ohio State, and we're still winning. And then the next year we go like 7-5 or whatever it was. These all those guys are on your ass like you bunch, and I was like, oh god,
bro, we have such a different standard than every school though. Like, it's crazy. Besides, like, I guess like okay, Ohio State, I wish you went somewhere shittier so we could talk more shit. But it's like, bro, we have such a different standard than everyone, and like realistically and being completely honest, we haven't really won a whole lot in a while. Yeah. But we still have the same standard as Ohio State's and shit.
That is true.
So it's like we do. So, if we lose, it's over. It's like times 100.
It is the same standard. They expect playoffs, national championships.
They're expecting us to be in the freaking national championship every year when we haven't even won the damn Pac-12. Like,
all right.
Like, they expect us to have higher expectations than even a freaking off a Pac-12 championship Oregon team. Oregon team doesn't get shit for losing. They haven't won one national championship.
Yeah, it is.
They don't get any shit for losing.
Because you guys are in that blue collar realm.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. That's good then.
Yeah, but that's from the Reggie Bush era. You got that from Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart and everything. I want to see some stuff in the now.
I'm so pissed you guys won recently. Like,
Did you guys see Dan Lanning? Did you guys see Dan Lanning's thing about USC? Did you guys see that? Where he was
the whole shit in the locker room.
He's like, they think it's the 1990s. It's 2025. I mean, it's like, damn, he's got that. I mean, he's right.
Hey, I kind of liked it, bro. It's from a competitive standpoint, I kind of liked it, but I'm like, 100%, I think it's kind of corny. I think it's corny that he's saying that, like, oh, they're playing for clicks, and they go and post that. Like, you playing for clicks too, homie. Like, but hey, y'all win.
He gets a lot of clicks off that stuff. Shit.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's like more clicks than we be trying to get. We don't be trying to get that unless it's Gavin in the middle of the field.
You'll have to have the privilege of meeting me. Let's just carry on. Let's carry on. So UCLA, the year's rolling. You're getting frustrated. The ball's not coming your way, or what, man?
Right.
Play on. What's going on? You dropping passes?
You know me, I don't drop shit. Dude, I literally don't I still to this day don't have an explanation for it. Like that first drive, I always tell people the first drive of the year, I had 2 catches for like 50 yards. And I don't think I had 50 yards the rest of the damn year. Like maybe once or twice. And dude, we everything that we did in spring, we didn't do at all. Like we didn't do any of that during the season. So it made every week I'm just like, they're like, oh, be patient. And I'm getting to a point where I'm like, fuck that. So I start getting hot, and I start turning up in the locker room, and maybe sometimes I wasn't the greatest teammate, but fuck. It was kind of and I know I'm not trying to compare myself to this way, but it was kind of like a situation like the situation AJ Brown being right now. Mm-hmm. He was in a situation where it's like, fuck, I'm a captain, I'm this, I'm that, and and our offense isn't scoring points, but we keep winning. It's like putting a Band-Aid over nothing, or whatever he was saying. It's like putting a Band-Aid over it. It's like that doesn't mean it's right. It's like, we should be beating San Diego State, bro. Yeah. San Diego State.
You guys lost to Utah 10-7 or something that year.
Yeah, that game we went to Utah. And it's like, bro, we can score on it. Utah's not like some juggernaut that it's like we can't put no points up on them. Mm-hmm. And it's like, mind you, it was pissing me off even more because our defense would get mad at us. So we have guys like freaking Latu playing his ass off every week, and we can't help him. So, and it's like, dude, at some point, if I was a defense player, I'd be pissed too. But it's not out there. Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say Latu is one of the handful of guys that I've seen where I'm like, this dude is a legit player. That guy. Have you ever seen him play? He plays for the Colts now.
Yeah, I've seen him play for the Colts. I didn't see him much over at UCLA.
Oh, you go watch that.
Go watch SC UCLA, which we're about to get into here in a couple minutes. And watch what was that, 2023, Kyle?
Yeah.
You guys beat us in the Coliseum?
Yeah, I don't know how we did that, by the way.
Yeah. Latu, he had 4 sacks. It's unbelievable.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, we would come off the field, my ass wouldn't even hit the bench, and we'd be back on the field. Because if he got a forced fumble or something like that.
Defense was a really fun defense to watch. So you finish up the year, you hit the pole, wasn't what you thought it was going to be. That's understandable. Right. And then you end up back at SC. How did that conversation go with Coach Riley about coming back, and why did you ultimately want to come back?
Right. So, I mean, at first I was thinking about going to Michigan a lot. I don't know how I got in contact with them, but I was thinking about going to Michigan. So fuck both y'all. And then I should have been, because then I could have been talking shit on this episode and how we beat you.
You could have been talking shit. You wouldn't have gotten a rock in Michigan, I tell you that.
I would have had 15 yards the whole year.
You would have 15 yards.
You would have gotten 3 targets all year.
I thought UCLA was bad. But so I was kind of bouncing back between a couple different schools, and then Coach Simmons and Coach Riley hit me, and they're hey, would you be open to wanting to come back and this and that? We'd love to have you, whatever. And I was like, at first, I didn't say this to them, but I was like, fuck that. I'm cool. I do not want to. For me to not want to come back to my dream school was crazy feeling for me, because I told my dad, I'm like, dude, I do not want to go back there, and I don't even know if he wanted me to go back, but it just kept weighing on me. Then I came to one of the practices, the spring practice, and I think just a lot of the feelings just kind of flood back in, the feeling of being wanted again and stuff like that. It was a good feeling. I had a lot of, I built a lot of stuff over there. I feel even with the fan base, with
and you went through a lot there.
Yeah, so it was it just kind of felt right, and I was let's just roll it one more time, bro. I think it was good too, because it just kind of ended my light with USC in the right way, regardless of football. It's I think a big thing for me was I didn't want everything to go to waste. I just went to UCLA. It's if I want to be able to come back to this campus and be this is the place that I grew up loving, and they still like me here. I didn't want to leave on a bad note and, end things the wrong way. So I think that was more of my standpoint as well.
Yeah, because I feel like that kind of stuff will stick with you for a lifetime. Just kind of
Right.
like that spite, that vengeful feeling you had for him. So yeah, I think going back is probably the right move because I
Yeah.
would hate to just have that feeling years from now whenever you
Right.
can't really go back and repair that.
Right. Absolutely. And it's freaking made me hate UCLA 2 times more. So I was like, really, fuck them.
Now,
when you
came back, were you in, like, let's say for the first workout or whatever, were you nervous to be back around the guys at all, or were you just like, it feels like old times?
I think at first, dude, and you know how I am, and I think I played this approach at UCLA pretty well. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was still a little burnt out from that year. Like, that UCLA year burned me out. Like, I think even when I came back, I still was just like quiet. I was quiet a little bit at the first practices, the first weeks, but I just didn't want to overstep any boundaries because I didn't want to come back and be like, oh yeah, I freaking balled out here. Like, this is like, I did all this here or whatever, which wasn't even a lot that I did, but I'm just saying.
In a nice way.
I didn't want to come in and being like that. It's a whole different group.
Because I was looking for a reason to call your bitch ass a bitch. Give me a reason. I was looking for a reason like, damn, this dude's a cornball.
This fucker just loves stirring the goddamn pot.
I was just joking.
Yeah,
bro.
But you didn't give me that. You didn't give me that opportunity to get on your ass, man.
No, dude. I was super like, I just wanted to fit in. I'm at that point, dude. I was so burnt. I just wanted to fit in and be cool. And like, I think one of the coolest things, and I don't think people really recognize when they did this, but it was a lot of the young guys. I feel like the young guys made me feel like I was like gonna be a good leader for the team. Like, I remember like, and this was super small, but it means a lot to me. Like, even at the end of one of the workouts, they're like, who's gonna call it up? And then someone's like, Kyle called it up. And I was like, you know what, bro, this is cool again. Like, I'm ready, like, I'm comfortable now. Like, these guys like me. I feel like I've earned my respect a little bit more with a new group of guys. And then it was cool. Since then, and once that happened, it was cool. It was like weight lifted off my shoulders and you could just go play a little bit.
That was a good year. Now let's talk about this matchup, because it is, I don't think it's quite. It's not. It's not Ohio State, Michigan. I don't even.
You guys are so. You guys. It's not. But it's
Kyle,
like.
I don't even think
right
it's
underneath it.
But you got to remember, we're not California guys. It's not USC, Notre Dame. So
this is what do you even call this rivalry? Wait, you guys play for like
the crosstown.
So Kyle, tell us about growing up in California.
For the bell.
I feel like
you guys get a fucking bell.
I feel like I could never resonate with it, but I love the matchup. But tell us, growing up in California, being an SC, like a real SC through and through guy, and tell us what this matchup means to people in LA.
Dude, it's just like, and this is the best way I can put it. When I was a kid, and I think I said it in one of the interviews after when we beat them in 22. It's like, dude, it was one of them games as a little kid. Like, you watch it, if they lose, you're like, I'll be crying. Like, I'm crying, bro. Like, I played in the game and shit. Like, and the whole rest of the year is just hell, bro. Because I don't know. It's just like you walk up to someone at the grocery store, and because it's like, and they're like, oh, well, we beat you and this and that, It's kind of like Ohio State, Michigan on a smaller scale, but everyone's closer. Everyone's a lot closer than Ohio State. It's like you're literally going to the grocery store with the same people. So it's like, I don't know, bro. Like, for me, it was like, it's the biggest game. Because I'm a Cali kid, dude. Like,
it almost feels like a big time, like, because it is so close. I mean, it's like a 20-minute drive. It feels like a big time, like high school.
Yeah,
game.
For sure.
It is a fun matchup for sure. Steele, any questions about this game, man?
I mean, shit. Who do you think's gonna win this year?
Bro, are you fucking playing?
I personally got UCLA.
Bro, if UCLA scores a fucking point, I'm gonna be hot.
I think they're going to score 21. I think my Alva's going to have a rough game, and I think they win 21-14.
Holy shit, you're living in a whole other world.
USC. He's picked against USC every single week, by the way. He always picks USC. He can't support. That's the kind of friend I deal with right there, Kyle. He can't support his brother's school, man.
What does he say? What did that one coach say when they said Boogie Cousins versus Brittany Griner? He's like, I'm going to go to the bank. I'm going to take out everything I have, and I'm going to throw it on USC. Like –
Nah, man.
Exactly. Kyle, what is the one thing I am curious about is I mean, what are the approaches like? Does UCLA approach it in a much more intense, like at Ohio State when we're preparing for Team Up North, Michigan, I mean, that's every day we're doing something for them. At USC, we didn't do that but once the week rolled around, it was serious. What's UCLA like? Like, who takes it? Obviously, both take it serious, but who like really emphasizes the matchup more?
Bro, I think USC takes everything more serious. I think just like the way we prepare, like the way we like don't. And this is not just for UCLA. You know how it is. You don't talk at pregame meals. Like everything's more intentional. I feel like, you know, I just feel like, and it's not bad. Like honestly, sometimes the UCLA, the way they ran it, like was kind of like relaxing before the game. It didn't make you feel all tight and like feel all tense about everything. So, but I think USC, like I feel like we just do a little more. Like I think in terms of like we're taping the freaking Trojan and stuff like that. I think they do that with the Bear too over there or the Bruin. And I just think I don't know, bro. It's just cool. I think it's cool. I think they both manage them and they're both in different ways. To be honest,
I think it's such a happy medium you got to try to find because I know at Ohio State, Bryson, you can attest to this. Coach Day always had a hard time trying to either blow this game up against Michigan or just like make everyone understand this is just another football game. It's just trying to find that medium where you're not just blowing it out of proportion, thinking you have to play hero ball, and then also just taking it like, oh, we're playing Rutgers, like we can just go out there and win. That's just such a hard balance that you got to try to find.
Absolutely.
Every school kind of does it their own way, so it's interesting seeing it from a guy that's seen it on both ends of a certain rivalry.
Yeah, definitely. I think you guys probably feel the same way, but it's like the rivalry games are cool because it doesn't matter what it is. Like it doesn't matter. The record's 0-0 for everybody. That's what it feels like. It feels like you just even the teams. Like I mean, even last year, you guys had no business losing to Michigan, being honest, and like you just lost probably because of the atmosphere and the rivalry. Like for real. Like if you guys played it and you guys weren't rivals, you guys would have blown them out.
Exactly, that is true. It is true. What's your favorite memory playing in the Crosstown? 2022.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
That was insane. I just rewatched that game not too long ago. That was
it's cool because it's like one of those games and you don't realize it until you're done. And it's like one of those games that like, bro, there's like TikToks about it. Like when what's the name matched up with DTR, with Caleb matched up with DTR, stuff like that. And like watching the highlights, that game was insane, dude.
Yeah. Now you told a really good story also when we were golfing the other day. And Steele, we actually went with two UCLA guys, both Bo Calvert and Demetric Felton. They played at UCLA, so it's definitely a lot more mingling with the two. But you told a good story about how you were concerned because we went down a little bit early, but then you came off to the sideline and you kind of saw Caleb demeanor, and I thought that was a good one.
Steele's gonna hate this shit.
Yeah.
Did you just tell us you went out for me? I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay, Steele. I'll repeat the question so you can hear. I asked him. I said he told a good story when we were playing golf with some UCLA guys. He told a good story about when we were playing him in 2022. We were down and it was a tough game. They got on us early, and he was a little worried. But then he came off to the sideline and he kind of saw Caleb's demeanor, and Caleb kind of comforted him, and he knew we were going to get back into the game.
What do you mean by that? What, you cradle your balls, tell you everything's going to be okay?
Go ahead, tell the story.
Dude, fuck this dude, bro. He goes, so basically we call it sideline. It's 17-0. So in my head, this is a game where we need this game, 1, for the Pac-12, 2, to stay in the college football playoff. And we're down 17. And mind you, as a California kid, and honestly, fuck the playoff, fuck the Pac-12. I don't want to lose to these motherfuckers. So I'm just like, oh, okay. We come on the sideline and we're down, dude. And mind you, we're walking off the sideline down 17. So they have the ball.
Yeah.
So we walk off and I'm like, fuck, dude, like we can't get anything rolling. Like, what's up? Like, what can I do? What can we do? Whatever. And like everyone's kind of looks a little stressed on the sideline. And I'm like, oh shit, well, maybe I'm not the only one. And I look at Caleb and this motherfucker's laughing, joking around and shit. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bro, what are you laughing for? And he's like, I think I remember saying something to him. He's like, we're good. Like, we're good. We're about to go win this game. And at that point, and like once we started rolling on the next drive. I think that's where he threw me like that crazy side ball up the sideline. And then from then on, bro, we just kept rolling. And it's just like you could see his like energy start to build up. And like, dude, that shit is fun. I think that's the best part playing with Caleb. Like I said, he always gives you a chance. Like you're never out of it. We were never out of one game, except for the game where he got hurt.
Yes.
Like even the first game we lost to Utah, like we shouldn't even have been close at the end, and we still had like a Hail Mary chance at the very end. Like, so yeah, dude.
Maybe on that against Utah, didn't Mario do something that like? Didn't something happen? We were going to be almost in field goal range, and we got a penalty or something. I feel like something happened at the end of the game. I don't know. Do you remember? If
Dude,
not,
I do not know. I know there's a blur. Like everything's a blur. Like at this point,
yeah.
Especially games like that, you want to forget them shits quick.
Oh
dude.
no, 100%.
Yeah.
So I don't remember. I'm not sure. We probably had some type of freaking penalty. Well, shit, we had a lot of those. Me included.
Oh yeah, we all did. All right, Kyle. That wraps all the questions up for me. Steele, do you have anything else about the Crosstown Showdown?
I respect you guys a little more now. He seems like a cool dude. He's from California, so fuck it. I'll throw a little bit.
Exactly,
bro. If he came out to practice, he would like it, bro. That's the problem.
No, listen. So I brought him around. He came out. He was doing something out here, and he stopped in. So I brought him to the facility. He met Coach Wiley. Loved Coach Wiley. We had a PRP.
You're gonna like Coach Wiley.
We had PRP. He was out doing his shit. He was with the Patriots at the time, so he was training down the other ends. Everybody treated him with respect, and he still, just threw that shit right back up.
Comes in here,
big time. There
was
a lot of respect thrown my way. I was very appreciative of that.
He was shocked. He was shocked that Coach Wiley let him in the weight room.
Yeah,
honestly, yeah. Like I totally could see him obviously letting you in, but I could also see him being the other way.
Yeah, he was cool with it.
I could not, like, with Coach Mick, I could not ever imagine him just letting some random dude he had never met before in his weight room.
He's the best.
He gave his shirt and everything.
Bro, Coach Riley is the best coach man ever.
Yeah,
he treated your black ass way better than I would have.
I don't even. I'm not even gonna say what you'd be doing to me.
Oh my God! All right, let's wrap this thing up. Kyle, man, we really appreciate you taking the time. This is great, dude.
No, I appreciate you
coming
guys,
on, brother.
for real. Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
All right, thanks, bro.
Yeah.